Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Gordon Jones, your brain fitness and pickleball performance coach. Today we're going to talk about something that has been present in every single session of this series. Something you've already been using, already been building, and already been benefiting from, without necessarily having a name for it. We're talking about self-talk. Now, before you decide that self-talk sounds too simple, or too soft, or too far removed from the practical work of improving your pickleball game, I want you to stay with me for a moment. Because what the research in sports psychology consistently shows, and what I have observed across years of working with players at every level, is that self-talk is not a supplementary mental skill. It is the operating system that runs underneath every other skill you have. It is the voice that either clears the path for your best performance or clutters it with noise, doubt, and distraction. Every player already uses self-talk on the court. Every single one. The question has never been whether to use it. The question is whether yours is working for you or against you. Today we confirm the answer to that question permanently. So find your seat, whether it's a chair, lounge, or a grassy knoll outside. Your back should be straight, your shoulders back, your chin up and level, your hands in your lap, palms open, and fingers relaxed. Now let your eyes close. Let's begin with the breath, your rhythm, your anchor, your first act of intentional self-direction in this session. Breathe in slowly through your nose, filling your abdomen first and then your chest. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale completely through your mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 1, 2. Again. In 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hold out. 1, 2. One more. Let this one carry you all the way in. And 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 1, 2. Now let your breathing return to its natural rhythm and give it back over to your other than conscious mind. There will be moments during this session where my voice pauses. This is your time to process, to feel what we're building, and to let it settle into the deepest layers of your nervous system. When my voice returns, we continue. So stay patient, stay relaxed, and take it all in. In the background, your brain fitness tones are guiding you towards theta, that deep, open, receptive state where the most important learning happens. Your other than conscious mind is listening, absorbing, and believing. Stay here, breathe, and receive. Shift your awareness down to the balls of your feet. Feel the ground beneath them, solid, supportive, and let it be the court, your court, the one you know best. Feel a steady, grounded readiness moving up towards your calves, and now your knees, and your thighs, and through your hips and your core, strong and centered, across your chest, open and easy. Through your shoulders, back, and down through your arms and into your hands. Let your fingers come together in a relaxed paddle grip. Thumb and first two fingers touching lightly, loose, flexible, and alive. You are here. You are present. And your inner voice is already speaking. It always has been speaking. And today we'll start listening to it with intention. Let me tell you what self-talk actually is, because it's more than what most people realize. Self-talk is not just the words you say to yourself after a missed shot. It is the entire stream of internal language that runs through your mind during your every waking moment. From the time your mind begins to awaken in the morning, through every minute of the day, until your body releases that day and you fall asleep at night. In pickleball, it's the instructions you give yourself before a serve, the judgment you pass on a shot that floated, the encouragement you offer yourself or withhold after a tough game, the story you tell yourself about the opponent across the net, about the score on the board, about what is about to happen on the next point. All of that is self-talk, and all of it is influencing your nervous system in real time. Here's why it matters so much. Your nervous system does not have a filter for the difference between what is actually happening and what you are vividly telling yourself is happening. When you say internally, "I always miss that shot," your nervous system does not evaluate that statement for accuracy. It simply responds to it. It adjusts your expectations, your tension level, your confidence, and your decision making to match the story. Which means that if the story changes, the performance changes. Not eventually, immediately, in the very next point. This is not theory. That is the mechanism by which every mental skill in this series operates. Your talk to yourself during the breath changes the story your nervous system is running. Your talk to yourself during the reset ritual changes the story between points. Your self-talk during the activation anchor changes the story before a match. Your daily and repetitive self-talk shifts your identity and is the deepest story of all. Self-talk is the thread that runs through all of it. Now I want to introduce you to a framework that will make your self-talk more intentional and more effective immediately. There are 3 types of self-talk, and each one serves a different function on the court. The key is knowing which type the moment requires and delivering it deliberately rather than accidentally. The first type is instructional self-talk. This is the internal voice that directs your attention to a specific technical element. Short, precise, and focused on what to do rather than what to avoid. Before a third shot drop, soft hands. Moving into transition, stay low. Setting up at the kitchen line, paddle up. Instructional cues work best when you need to bring conscious attention to a specific skill. They are the voice of your coach, speaking quietly and clearly at exactly the right moment. The second type is motivational self-talk. This is the internal voice that builds confidence, reinforces identity, and energizes performance. It is most powerful before high-pressure moments, during fatigue, and after errors that need quick recovery. I am built for this. I belong here. 4-0 is my level and my rhythm. Rise up to the challenge. Motivational cues work best when the nervous system needs a lift, when the score is tight, when the body is tired, when the previous point was difficult and the next one demands everything that you have. The third type is calming self-talk. This is the internal voice that reduces arousal and returns you to neutral. It is most useful when the nervous system is running hot, when frustration is rising, and when the game is starting to feel urgent and pressured. Do your breath, let it go, stay steady, be relaxed, loose, and reliable. Calming cues work best when less is more, when the body needs to release rather than activate, when the moment calls for the stillness rather than the energy. Three types, three functions, three different moments when each one's called for. And here's the critical insight. Mismatching the type to the moment reduces performance. A motivational cue when you need to calm down makes you more activated than the moment requires. A calming cue before a point you need energy for flattens you when you need to be alive. The skill you are developing through this series is not just choosing good self-talk, it's choosing the right kind of self-talk for what the moment actually needs. Now, let's do something that requires honest self-reflection. I want you to think about your current self-talk on the court. Not the ideal version, the actual version. The voice that is already running through your matches, during your practice sessions, during moments after a missed shot or a lost game. What does it say most often? For many players, the most common self-talk is evaluative. It's critical. Oh, come on. You should have had that. What are you doing? Why do you keep missing that shot? That kind of internal language is not instructional. It's not motivational. And it's certainly not calming. It is none of the three useful functions. It is just noise. And it is the most common form of self-talk in recreational sport at every level. Notice, without judgment, whether any version of that voice is familiar to you. You do not need to be ashamed of it. Every player has it. The fact that you're in this session means you're already doing something about it, and that makes a difference. Now, I want you to notice something else. Throughout this series, you've already been replacing that noise with something better. Every time you used your reset word, that was intentional self-talk. Every time you said low and slow in a dink rally, that was instructional self-talk. Every time you gave yourself your activation anchor instruction, that was motivational self-talk at its most precise. Every time you took your breath and let the last point go, that was calming self-talk, expressed as a physical act. You are not learning self-talk in this session. You've been practicing it since session 1. And today, you're simply naming it, owning it, and making it completely deliberate. Let's build your personal cue bank now, right here, in this session, in this deep and receptive state. I'm going to take you through the court position by position, and at each one, I want you to feel the moment, identify what the moment needs, and hear the cue that belongs there. Some of these will be cues you already know from this series. Some may be new words that arise naturally as you settle into each position. These are your words, and trust what comes. You are on your favorite court to play. You're at the baseline, preparing to serve. Feel your feet on the court here. Weight balanced, paddle in hand, grip loose but in control, and you have a target in mind. What does this moment need? Activation? No. Calming? No. Intention? Yes. Focus? Yes. Deliberate delivery? Yes. What is your instructional cue for the serve? Maybe it's a follow through, maybe it's a deep and wide, or maybe it's simply reliable. Find the word or phrase that directs your attention to exactly what this moment needs for you. Feel it settle. This is your serve cue, and it is yours. Now you're in the return position. The server is across the net. The ball is about to come. What does this moment need? Alertness? Early reading? Readiness to move? Yes. What is your instructional cue for the return? Maybe it's early contact. Maybe it's watch the toss. Maybe it's feet first. Find the word that keeps your attention exactly where it needs to be before the ball arrives. Feel it settle. This is your return cue. It is yours. Now you're in transition, moving forward from the baseline towards the kitchen line. What does this moment need? Patience, balanced movement, paddle ready? What is your instructional cue for the transition zone? Maybe it's stay low. Maybe it's paddle up. Maybe it's simply flow. Find the word that keeps you grounded and moving rather than rushing and arriving off balance. Feel it settle. This is your transition cue. It is yours. Now you're at the kitchen line. The dink rally has begun. What does this moment need? Presence, patience, strategic construction. You already know your cue here. 2 words that change your relationship to the kitchen game. Low and slow. Feel it settle into this position as completely yours. Not a phrase from a session, your instructional cue. The one that lives at the kitchen line and activates every time you arrive here. Now the score is 9-9 in the third. You're at the line about to serve or receive. The moment's loaded. What does this moment need? Not more activation. Your nervous system is already running. It needs grounding, confidence, and identity. What is your motivational cue for this pressure moment? Maybe it is, I'm built for this. Maybe it is, I belong here. Maybe it is simply, this is my game. Find the phrase that reminds your nervous system of who you are and when the stakes are the highest. Feel it settle. This is your pressure cue. It is yours. Now imagine you just missed the ball, an important ball, a ball you normally make. The point's over, and the next one's about to begin. What does this moment need? Release. Neutral. Return to the present. You already know your reset word, the one you chose in session 4, the one you wrote in your field guide. Say it to yourself now, internally and clearly. Feel the point release. Feel the next one open, clean and unwritten. That word is your most important self-talk cue, the one that everything else depends on, because if you cannot release the last point, none of the other cues have a clean surface to work on. Now you're in the middle of a tight match, and your body is starting to feel the accumulation of the day. Your legs are a little heavier. Your focus has been working hard. The game is asking for more than feels comfortable. What does this moment need? Not more energy. More of that and you will tighten. It needs rhythm. It needs trust. It needs the reminder that you have been here before. What is your motivational cue for the fatigue moment? Maybe it's good all day. Or maybe it's trust the flow. Or maybe it's simply still reliable. Find the phrase that keeps you competing with intelligence rather than forcing with effort. Feel it settle. This is your endurance cue, and it is yours. You are doing great, and your utterly unconscious mind has been organizing everything you've heard, thought, and imagined from this session. The three functions of self-talk and when each one's called for. The recognition of your current self-talk patterns, and the understanding that you have been building intentional self-talk throughout this entire Duper Brain Fitness series. The personal cues that you have stated belonging to each position and each moment on your court. These cues are not things you need to remember consciously during play. They are things you have practiced deeply enough in this mind state that they arise naturally when the situation calls for them. Not because you're thinking about self-talk on the court, because the right internal voice has become your automatic response to each situation. That is the self-talk edge. Not louder internal chatter, but precisely chosen, perfectly timed, completely automatic direction to your nervous system about exactly what this moment needs. Before we close, I want to say something about the relationship between all the tools in this series. The breath is your physiological anchor. The reset ritual is your between point protocol. The activation anchor is your pre-match trigger. The rhythm cues are your tempo maintenance tools. The identity work is your self-concept foundation. And self-talk is the language that connects all of them in real time on the court. When you are between points and you take your breath, that's your calming self-talk expressed as a physical act. When you bring your fingers together in your activation anchor and say your word, that is your motivational self-talk delivered with physical precision. When you say low and slow at the kitchen line, that's your instructional self-talk guiding your nervous system to exactly the right mind state for exactly the right shot. You have not been learning separate tools. You have been building one integrated system for yourself. And self-talk is the language that makes it speak. I want you to carry one thing from this session onto every court you ever play on from now on. Before the next point, choose your voice. Not the accidental voice, not the critical voice that arises automatically from old patterns. The chosen voice, the deliberate, functional, precisely matched voice of a brain-fit player who knows what each moment needs and delivers it without hesitation. Choose your voice. Let your nervous system hear it and trust what happens next. Now, let's stretch your capacity breath. Let it honor the self-talk system that you've been building. Breathe in through your nose in 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale completely 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now hold the breath out all the way through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Return to natural breathing. You are getting better at this at every session. And notice what you just did. You gave your nervous system a precise instruction. You breathe with intention. You held through the discomfort. You came out on the other side steady. That is instructional self-talk, motivational self-talk, and calming self-talk, all delivered in a single breath sequence. The whole system in 28 seconds. That is who you are now. Begin to bring your awareness back to your surroundings now. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Feel the weight of your hands in your lap. Roll your shoulders gently back, up and down. Take one full breath in through the nose and out through the mouth completely. Now let your eyes open when they're ready. Your inner voice is now a trained instrument, not an accident, not a habit that you've not examined, a deliberate, functional, precisely tuned system that supports your best performance in every situation the court will ever present. Use your field guide to build your personal cue bank. Write your cues down. Practice them as you continue your sessions here, and then trust them when the moment arrives the next time you are on the court. Choose your voice. And remember, reset fast and play free. This is now the rhythm of your life.